Good morning, everybody, from This Scale is Broken group. It's John, and it's another weekly update from me. Yes, I speak into the ether. Oh, hello. Yes, you can hear the little pitter-patter. No, it's not a little feet. Well, it is of little feet. It's my... Hello? Where have you gone now? Oh, he's toddled off. Little feet, which means it's my dog. What are you up to, Pip? No, he's going to ignore me now. Typical. Comes in, interrupts an incredibly important video of me talking to nobody, and now he can't even have the decency to come and want to be interviewed. Pip! Away from the... Oh. Yes, I went and role-played yesterday, and of course the gentleman that I play at his place has got 2 border collies, and of course I come home smelling of... Hey, that's enough! Kevin! Hey, you get me as I am. Anyway, back to me. Yes, so, weigh in. Friday, every Friday I see my doctor, who assesses my, I suppose, pokes and prods me. And my weigh-in then was fully clothed with boots and all, was 105 kilos. Yes, rather depressing. However, this morning when I weighed myself just down to my underwear, I was 101 kilos. So I'm taking the 4 kilo loss as a win. And to be honest, I think most of the time I'm around about 100 kilos. I'm walking every day with Pip, aren't I? Hey, come here. Come here. Here he is. Oh, here he is. Say hello. You going to say hello? No, of course not. He's going to look at the camera though. Yeah. Yes, here he is. This is the little man who comes walking with me. My best friend, Mr. Shaggy. Mr. Oh, you haven't been too bad. Yeah. It's still technically winter, which means that we have heavy dews on the lawn, and I still haven't been able to in 3 months afford my lawn to be mowed. So it means that cobbler's pegs and everything are oh, what a big sigh. Yes, I know he doesn't like it. He likes his lawn to be able to be, wants to go for a run, but I can't. It's the problem. Problem being a pensioner is trying to juggle all your bills and what's important, and sadly getting your lawn mowed isn't as important as, for instance, feeding your best friend or ensuring that there's petrol in your motor vehicle to go to appointments, or any one of 100 things. And sadly, if it came down to, do I buy myself a game to cheer myself up, as opposed to do I mow my lawn, I'll buy a game over mowing my lawn, because at the time it's just generally, this is just the way things are. But talking about moods, it was an interesting thing, is that many of you who followed me for a while will know that mental illness is one of the, when you live as long as I do, one of the many afflictions that ail me. But one of the people in our group is not well, and he had a breakdown the other day, and sort of had a bit of a meltdown in our group. And the next day he made a reply saying that he'd gone and seen his therapist, and his therapist had said that, look, going on a drinking binge was not the best thing to help with dealing with his issue, and that he should come and role play. And he contacted us in the group and asked could he come. And Simon our game master, and obviously myself, immediately said yes. And I particularly, because I've had a lot to do with mental health over the years, was extremely conscious of this as an issue. And you know, this is, I suppose, the difference between now and 30 odd years ago, because 30 years ago when I had my first breakdown, the people that I gamed with turned their back on me, and that hurt more than anything. But I guess it comes with the changes today, where I don't know that everybody is as accommodating. I still think that there's unfortunately a hell of a lot of stigma, but I think it also helps that I think with the people that you surround yourself with. And in this case, my friend, he has people who understand, and you know, we made him feel welcome, you know, and we did not talk about his incident when he turned up yesterday to enjoy his game with us. And that's the other thing that you don't do, is that clearly when a person has an issue, is that, you know, you don't say, oh, well, what was it that triggered it, or what, you know, you don't do things that either not reinforce, but to trigger again issues that may have, you know, may have been a contributing factor. You know, I know what the factors were, but it's not something that happens. But yeah, it's it's interesting, you know. So for those people, you know, who regularly game and things like that, please be mindful of people who have mental health issues, who, you know, life has many pressures, and every now and again people will snap and they'll just, you know, throw their hands in the air and they'll walk away, and they'll say something. Don't turn your back on them. Be there to welcome them back. Obviously, if they go off and murder 500 people, that's obviously a different story. But I'm talking about, you know, nobody's going to be, you know, Charles Manson's and things like that, or, you know, or be Hillary Clinton voters or something. See, I thought I'd do something sneaky. You thought I was going to say Donald Trump supporters, but who knows? Whatever supporter you might be, you know, for goodness sake, you know, don't judge people based on whatever they may be. It's, you know, judging people, you know, when I go to play games at my club, it's one of the things that I've made as a general rule, is we don't talk politics, we don't talk religion. We're there to play games. If you're going to talk any of the things that currently divide our society, you can go outside or you can go to another place and play. We're here to play games, and that's all I'm interested in. If you want to play identity politics or any of the other things that are dividing our community, you're not welcome. There is enough divisions, and they are not welcome. Absolutely not. And that's, you know, our hobby is for enjoyment and to relieve the stress and the anxiety and the unhappiness that are everywhere now. And, but, you know, here we go, I've waffled. Yeah. The other thing that was interesting was that I saw Dan Hughes had posted a thing on Twitter about, he said, oh, thank goodness that YouTube has got how to learn videos. And it brought me back to for me, the late 60s and certainly the 1970s, where our clubs, we had clubs and you went there to learn. And you had interactions. Now, the internet and the YouTube is wonderful if you need to know how to do something, but you don't have much in the way of interaction. So it's just, here is how you do something, and this is my way of doing things. You don't have the capacity to be able to interact or question. And it's like with so many things now, is that you cannot question. And that's what I find more worrisome than anything else, is that so many of the messages now with the social media and everything that we have now is one-way communication. Very limited ability to be able to civilly communicate back without messages being misconstrued or being misunderstood. And I think back to my days where, you know, particularly with I'm thinking of the scouting movement, where we would go to the local, you know, every year we had at our Brisbane City Hall, we had a club, the clubs, all the local clubs in Brisbane would turn up to City Hall and they would show what they had. So we had the train club, we had the stamp club, we had the, you know, the model yacht clubs and aeroplane clubs and all sorts of, you know, the club, because once again, things, there was no internet, there was no, you know, the things that everybody seems to take for granted now didn't exist back then. And it was wonderful because you could see the passion that was with these people. The you know, you would be talking to people. You could see the exchange of ideas and you know, I just don't see that today. Okay, so I'm old. But it really is a big difference. And the fact is that with the, I think that with a club, or with the fact that, you know, that you can go to a place to learn hands-on how to do things, is that you can question techniques, or you can better understand by saying, look, I don't quite understand what it is that you're trying to convey here. You know, your message, while you're saying that this is the case, you know, I may have read a rule, or, you know, I've read your manual, or, you know, I've looked at how your lathe operates. I'm thinking of multiple things here. You know, I still don't understand it. You know, please show me properly. You know, this is the problem. You know, an instructional video can only show so much. Pardon me. So, yeah, the internet is good to a degree, but we really still need clubs. We still need organisations where people can go to be able to get the hands-on interaction with people. We're turning to a society where people just are not interacting anymore, and we need to, because I can already see where society is disintegrating. And you know, you live as long as I do, and you just shake your head. You really do. It becomes frustrating, but anyway. So they were I suppose, the two things I wanted to talk about. Added on to my weight loss. So I continue to go for walks. Congratulations, everybody, on your continued journeys. You know, Missy still does what she does. Yvonne, thank you. You know, the Dittmers, they're going still, and everybody else still posts occasionally, so that's well and good. Oh, hello, you've stirred. What's up? No, he's telling me I've waffled on too long. Yes, I have. I've nearly done 15 minutes, so I've talked too long enough as it is. So till next week, I shall sign off. Are you going to say goodbye? No, Dad, he said I've had enough. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to me. I thank who knows? I thank whoever cares to watch. So thank you for your time. I'll see you in a week's time when once again I talk into the ether. Signing off, the Honourable John.